Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive from George Show. Your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show is each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. At 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live, guys. Today we're talking about miracles, the miraculous. So thanks for joining us. Let's dive right into the topic. So point one is that foundationally, in order to manifest what people would define as miracles, is you have to believe it's possible. You know, that's the foundation, the possibility that what seems to be unexplainable through science or rational thought can happen, right? Why does it work? Which goes into point two. Well, it's predicated on science, ironically, because we know from 10th grade science that all energy, the energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes forms. So all that was here in the beginning, literally of time, is still here in some form. It just changes forms, right? So that means that original creative thing, that impulse, that energy, that thought, that Yahweh, that God, that one love, as I call it, that thing that was here is everywhere in different forms, and everywhere also includes you, includes me. And so if we can tap into that primordial energy, that thing that is creativity, if you know anything about the different world religions, so-called world religions, or different specific so-called smaller belief systems, God is defined almost always primarily as a creator. And so that means that divine energy that was in the beginning, that God thing, is also inside you, so that you can do essentially what God can do, what one love can do, what Yahweh can do. Not at the same level, because you're not as powerful. Your concentrated God energy isn't as potent as that God. Like if I went to the ocean and got a thimble of ocean water, that's still the ocean, right? But it's the same qualitative substance, not the same quantity. And that's the best metaphor I can think of in terms of what we can do in terms of creative energy and who we are, what we are, right? Stardust from the very beginning, right? The universe is so creative. If you go into nature, the human body, I mean, that it's a miracle. I mean, how expansive the universe is. Literally, we can't even understand the number of stars in the sky. Those are suns. We have one sun in our galaxy. I'm just trying to, you can't wrap your head around how big the universe is. How expanding, still growing. It's amazing. So we come from that tradition, meaning people. So I am saying to you, I'm submitting to you that we literally can do what the God does. And after we believe that's possible, we have to do the work to be in that particular space. So if you know the show, we talk a great deal about meditation, yoga, just finding ways strategies to keep ourselves in the realm of the possible, so that we can do what people would deem as impossible, which goes into point three. So as we begin to manifest these things, now, as someone who's done several, I would say who's manifested many things that people would think are miraculous. I won't say them now because I don't want to focus so much on that, because they get so weird, you know. But just know that's a real thing. So once you begin to do these types of things, you know, of course, as a natural consequence, you think, well, okay, what else can I do? Let me try something bigger, you know. And so you try that thing, you know. As a sidebar, so it doesn't always work. Like it doesn't, at least not when you want it to work. That's the thing that's the wild card. It isn't like, I'm not sure why it doesn't always work, or it work on the timeline that I wish it would work on sometimes. But I'll just say that, yeah, that's important to say. It doesn't always work, you know. I can't always manifest miracles, you know, but I have many times, you know, 100%. And so I'm not sure why it works that way, but trust me, if I can manifest 2 miracles as opposed to none, I'll take 2 every time. And I've manifested more than 2. And again, I'm not saying that to be weird or ego aggrandized. It isn't about that at all. It's about what's possible and using that power for good. So a good example is moving into point 3, which is when you are able to do this type of work, the people around you, because they're there, they see it, you know. That's the thing that's interesting. So I've got 2 daughters, so they, of course, have seen Dad do these things. And my oldest daughter, because she's just more conscious. My youngest daughter, you can tell she's kind of picking it up. She's only 9. She doesn't really fully understand. But we talk in our family about being mystics, about being able to commune with the Most High and to manifest these types of things, right? So my youngest daughter, she has it more intellectual now, but she doesn't know her own power. She's just too young. Although she has a sense of it, I think, but she's just too young to fully embrace it. But my oldest daughter, who's in her early 20s now, somehow is able to understand. And my kids are super sciencey like kids. Like my oldest daughter's a math major. My youngest kid has been saying, Dad, I want to be a scientist since she was 3. That's what she still wants to do. I mean, that's her. These kids today, they're so advanced, you know. And so I love seeing them respond, just, you know, because, they would not believe this if they hadn't seen it. I wouldn't believe it. I mean, maybe I would, I don't know, but I probably wouldn't believe someone telling me, yo, I can create miracles. But I'm like, do them right now. Turn this dollar into $10,000 right now. right now. That's what I would say probably, you know. And I understand. That's why I don't get mad when people are like, I'm not trying to convince you, I'm just sharing. I'm not trying to convince you. I understand, you know, it's hard to believe this stuff. But the point is that once you're able to do it, the benefits are so miraculous because those in your spheres of influence are going to be impacted greatly. And as you do several things, especially, one thing they're like, oh, that's probably a coincidence, Dad, or oh, that's probably a coincidence. Oh, that's probably not. Ooh, what do you do? How'd you do that? Can I do that? You know. So I love that my kids, man, are seeing this. You know, it's a trip. So my oldest daughter is now developing her own skill because she's like, how's that possible? You know, let me try it. And so of course she is now trying and she's doing, and she's already been able to manifest some things, right? So I won't get into her personal life right now, but so that's one of the greatest things about this type of internal work, is seeing the people you love and respect and want to see help themselves be able to use this power that is available to actually everyone. Because God, the Creator, is everywhere, you know, including inside of all of us, you know, just about being able to use that power. So I'm kind of preaching a little bit here, but I'm done. Boom. How about those Raiders as a side note? Boom goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We love and respect you. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.